Everyone's life is at risk in Mogadishu, capital of Somalia. There are weapons all around. Civilians are constantly being hit in the fighting between the transitional government forces and militant Islamist and tribal factions. Somalia last had a functioning central government in 1991. The violence proved too much for various intervening forces, including US, UN and African. But the civilians cannot leave. Last year alone, Mogadishu's main hospitals received some 6,000 wounded civilians. A bullet has gone through this man's left ear and eye. Medical staff at the Medina hospital work around the clock. This man will be saved, but the damage will be permanent.
This patient has multiple injuries, gunshot wound. Basically, the bullet went from the back and went from the front. He has ascending colon injury, so we did it for him colostomy. And he has all his organs, rest of them is okay.
70 doctors and nurses care for the sick and wounded at considerable personal risk. Armed guards patrol the grounds for basic protection. Death threats are common. There's been at least one attempt to kill the hospital director, Dr. Mohammed Yusuf. Dr. Yusuf says the hospital has a strict policy of treating people here no matter what clan, political camp, religion or armed group they belong to.
Every patient who comes here, we don't ask him where he's coming, what he does, what he do. We just treat him because we want to do that like that.
3/4 of all patients' wounds at Medina Hospital are from mortars, artillery and landmines.
You see, the enter is here. You see, bullet has entered from here. You see. Actually, he is not paralyzed, but most of the time, patients like this one, they get paralyzed.
More than a third of the wounded patients are women and children. Saeed Ali Jama brought his family from their village south of Mogadishu for refuge. Then his 12-year-old son Aden was hit by a shell.
I was with other children in Bakara market when I got hit. I was paralyzed, and then they brought me here. Only his eyes and mouth move. He doesn't move his arms or legs. His feces and urine just stream out of his body. I can't have much hope for him. But I can't leave him as long as he's still alive. He's my eldest child. I can never replace him.
Aden has been looked after at Medina Hospital for 2 months, free of charge. His mother has just had another baby. Saeed sent his wife and the other children back to the countryside.
I can't provide for my children. I can't provide for him. He just lies here. I am begging for treatment for my son from the outside world.
Medina is one of the 2 main hospitals supported by the International Committee of the Red Cross. It pays the running costs, such as salaries, fuel and maintenance. The hospital has 85 beds, but commonly has 300 patients at a time. Not all of them are suffering from war wounds, about 3/4. There were more than 4,000 patients last year. This 10-month-old baby brought in by his aunt had stopped eating. He has asthma and thrombosis, bad blood circulation. The staff say he won't live.
There is no light at the end of the tunnel. There is no solution on the horizon. Every day, the parties who are fighting, they are getting distant and more distant and more distant. There is no hope that one day they come and sit together and do a good reconciliation to help the people to come back to their homes.
Since the conflict broke out in 1991, fighting, famine and disease have killed some 1 million people in Somalia.
This is the bullet, no? Taken out from him. Yeah?
How many bullets of that do you have to extract every day?
We cannot count. There are many. Maya, can I switch again? Can I switch again? Just let it open.